Assalamualaikum to respected lecturer. Today, my group and I will present our consultancy project entitled Risk Assessment and Emergency Preparedness and Response Plan (ERP) for Losword of Tambun, Ipoh Perak. First, I would like to introduce our consultancy company, Nexbora Berhad Sdn Bhd. Nexbora Berhad Sdn Bhd is professional building surveying consultancy firm specializing in risk and safety management, building inspection, facilities management, building condition assessment, asset management, and regulatory compliance. The company provides systematic and evidence-based consultancy services to help organizations identify, assess, and mitigate risk while ensuring compliance with Malaysian regulation and international standard. For this project, Nexbora Berhad was appointed as the building surveying consultant to conduct the risk assessment and develop emergency preparedness and response plan (ERP) for Losword of Tambun, Ipoh Perak. Next, the company vision is to become leading building surveying consultancy firm recognized for excellence in risk and safety management while providing innovative and sustainable consultancy solution. To achieve this vision, Nexbora Berhad focus on providing systematic consultation services, helping clients identify, assess, and mitigate risk, ensuring compliance with relevant regulation, and developing effective emergency preparedness plan to support business continuity and a safe building environment.
Next, I will introduce our case study, which is Losword of Tambun in Ipoh Perak. Losword of Tambun is a popular eco-adventure theme park operated by Subway Theme Park. It has many attractions such as water ride, adventure activity, hot spring, wildlife attraction, and other visitor facilities. Because thousands of visitors come every year, the park may different operational and safety risks. Therefore, this consultancy report focus on risk assessment, the high risk register, and the emergency preparedness and response plan (ERP) to improve safety and daily operation. Next is the project location. Losword of Tambun is located in Tambun, Ipoh Perak, about 10 km from Ipoh city centre. The park is surrounded by natural limestone hill and tropical greenery, making it one of the unique eco-adventure destination in Malaysia. It is also easily accessible through the North-South Expressway Plus and nearby main road, making it convenient for visitors from different states. Next, this slide shows the main facility and attraction available at Losword of Tambun. The park offers a variety of attraction, including water attraction, adventure attraction, wildlife attraction, hot spring, and wellness facility, and supporting facilities such as restaurant, playroom, parking area, and first aid room. This facility provides a complete eco-adventure experience for visitors of all age while ensuring safety, comfort, and efficiency daily operation. Next, the slide explains the project operation, stakeholder, and scope of assessment. The daily operation of Losword of Tambun include ride operation, maintenance, water quality, monitoring, security, customer service, and safety inspection to ensure the park operates safely and efficiently. The project also involves internal stakeholders such as the management team, maintenance team, lifeguard, and customer service staff, as well as external stakeholders, including visitor, Dodge, Bomba, DOE, the local authority, contractor, and insurance provider. Finally, our assessment focus on identifying and evaluating 7 major risk categories using the hierarchy method followed by development of risk register and emergency preparedness and response plan (ERP).
Now, I will explain about risk management approach used in this project. This project adopts the ISO 31000-2018 risk management guideline to systematically identify, assess, control, and monitor potential risks at Losword of Tambun. The objective is to minimize operational disruption, improve visitor and employee safety, strengthen business continuity. The overall process begins with risk identification, followed by risk assessment, risk control, and finally monitoring and review to ensure continuous improvement. Each identified hazard is then assessed based on its likelihood severity before appropriate control measures are implemented to reduce the risk and improvement overall safety. Next is the hierarchy framework, which stands for hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. Hierarchy is the main risk management tool used in this project because it complies with OSHA 1994 and is widely applied in facility management and workplace safety. The process starts by identifying hazards such as slippery walkway, drowning risk, electrical hazard, fire hazard, bad weather, and crowd congestion. Next, I will explain the risk identification process and the risk assessment metric. The purpose of risk identification to identify potential risks before they affect operation of Losword of Tambun. The assessment cover major risk sources such as emission rider, water attraction, electrical system, fire safety, weather condition, visitor and crowd movement, food, beverage facility and animal interaction. The identified risks are evaluated using a 5x5 risk assessment matrix based on 2 criteria, likelihood and impact. The result classify risk into low, moderate, high and extreme level. Extreme risk require immediate action, while high risk require continuous monitoring and preventive maintenance. Moderate and low risk are monitored through routine inspection. Overall, the assessment help management prioritize maintenance activities, improve safety measure, allocate resources efficiently, and develop effective risk mitigation strategies.
I will present the risk identification. Risk identification is the first step in risk management. It helps us identify possible risks before they become serious problem. Based on our analysis and the Dodge hiring guideline, we identify 7 main risk categories. I will begin with strategic risks, which may affect the park's long-term success and reputation. We identify 5 strategic risks. The first is reputational risk, which may occur when accidents or poor emergency response damage the park's image and reduce the visitor confidence. The second is sustainability and governance risk, which refer to poor environmental management that may harm the surrounding environment and increase operating costs. The third is tourism market competition risk, where the park may lose visitors and revenue if it cannot keep up with the competitor and meet the visitor expectation. The fourth is regulatory change risk, where new government regulation may require facility upgrade, staff training, and high operating costs. The final strategic risk is business continuity risk, where events such as flood, landslide, power failure, or equipment breakdown may interrupt park operations and cause financial loss. Now, I will continue with the financial risk at Lost World of Tambun. Financial risks are risks that may affect the park's financial performance and daily operation. Based on our analysis, we identify 4 financial risks. The first is high operational and maintenance costs, where the park needs regular maintenance for its ride, water attraction, restaurant, accommodation, and other facilities. If maintenance costs continue to increase, it may reduce the park's profit and budget for future improvement. The second is seasonal fluctuation in visitors' number, where visitor numbers change during school holiday, festive season, and different weather conditions. Fewer visitors will reduce revenue from ticket sales, food outlet, retail and shop, also accommodation. The third is compensation and insurance claims, where accidents involve visitors and employees may result in compensation payment. Insurance claim and legal costs increase the park's financial expenses. The final financial risk is emergency recovery costs, where events such as fire, flood, landslide, or equipment failure may require costly repair and temporary closure of attraction, reduce the park's income. The next category is operational risk, which has been identified for Lost World of Tambun. Operational risks are risks that may affect the park's daily operation and visitor services. Based on our analysis, we identify 5 operational risks. The first is ride and attraction failure, where rides or attraction may stop operating because of equipment failure or poor maintenance. This may lead to temporary closure and affect the visitor safety. The second is crowd management risk, where a large number of visitors during weekend and school holiday may cause overcrowding, long queue, and difficulties during emergency evacuation. The third is water attraction operation risk, where poor water quality or equipment failure may require water attraction to close temporarily, affecting visitor satisfaction. The fourth is food and beverage operation risk, where poor food hygiene, equipment failure, or supply shortage may delay food service and lead to customer complaint. The final operational risk is staff competency and human error risk, where staff who are not properly trained or fail to follow procedure may affect visitor safety, service quality, and emergency response. The next category focuses on the technical risks. Technical risks are related to the engineering system and equipment that keep the park operating safely and efficiently. We had identified 4 technical risks. The first is mechanical equipment failure, where rides, palm lift, and other mechanical equipment may break down. This may cause temporary closure of attractions, increase maintenance costs, and affect visitor safety. The second is electrical system failure, where power interruptions may stop ride and other essential systems, affecting park operations, safety, and revenue. The third is water treatment and filtration system failure, where poor water quality or system failure may require water attractions to close until the problem is resolved, affecting visitors' satisfaction. The final technical risk is ICT system failure, where failure in ticketing, online booking, CCTV, communication, or cashless payment system may reduce operational efficiency and customer service. Moving on to the environmental risk. Environmental risks are natural hazards that may affect the park's operation, facilities, visitors, and the surrounding environment. Based on our analysis, we identify 5 environmental risks. The first is flash flood risk, where heavy rainfall may cause flooding that disrupt park operations, damage facilities, and increase repair costs. The second is landslide risk, where heavy rain may trigger landslide because the park is surrounded by limestone hills. This may damage facilities, restrict access, and pose safety risks. The third is severe weather risk, where thunderstorms, strong winds, and heavy rain may force outdoor attraction to close, affecting visitor experience and park revenue. The fourth is water pollution risk, where polluted water may require swimming pools and hot spring attraction to close temporarily, affecting visitor satisfaction and increasing the maintenance costs. The final environmental risk is wildlife interaction risk, where animals may enter visited areas, causing injuries, damage facility, and affecting the park's reputation. I will now discuss the health and safety risks. Health and safety risks are the most important because they directly affect visitors and employees. We identify 5 health and safety risks. The first is drowning risk, where water attractions such as swimming pool, wave pool, and water slide may expose visitors to drowning incident if they are not properly supervised. The second is slip, trip, and fall risk, where wet floor, uneven walkway, or poor lighting may cause injuries and compensation claim. The third is fire and explosion risk, where electrical fault, gas leak, or flammable materials may cause fires that damage facilities and disrupt park operation. The fourth is heat, stress, and dehydration risk, where visitors and staff may be exposed to hot weather for so long periods, leading to dehydration, heat exhaustion, or heat stroke. The final health and safety risk is medical emergency risk, where emergencies such as heart attack, asthma, and allergic reaction may happen at any time and require immediate medical response. Finally, I will continue with the legal compliance risk. Legal and compliance risks are related to the park's responsibility to comply with law, regulation, and safety requirements. We identify 4 legal and compliance risks. The first is non-compliant with occupational safety and health requirement, where failure to provide proper safety procedure, training, and risk control may lead to accident, legal action, and penalty. The second is compliant with fire safety requirement, where failure to maintain the fire protection system and emergency procedure may increase fire risk and disrupt park operation. The third is non-compliant with environmental requirement, where poor management of waste, pollution, and water quality may harm the environment and result in enforcement action. The final legal and compliance risk is non-compliant with amusement right safety requirement, where failure to inspect and maintain ride regularly may increase the risk of accident, legal liabilities, and temporary closure of attraction.
This slide presents the SWOT analysis of Lost World of Tambun. The purpose of this analysis is to identify the internal and external factors that may affect the park's operation and safety management. The park's main strengths include strong management under Sunway Group, diverse attraction, established safety system, and a strategic location. However, it also faces several weaknesses such as high maintenance costs, weather dependency, overcrowding during peak seasons, and complex operations. In terms of opportunity, the growth of the tourism industry, digital marketing, and future facility upgrade can further enhance the park's performance. Meanwhile, the threats such as accident, natural disaster, and competition, also public health emergency, may impact visitor safety and operational continuity. Overall, the SWOT analysis provides the basis for the hierarchy risk assessment, which will be presented in the next section. After identifying the hazards, we review the existing control measures currently implemented by the park, such as lifeguard, routine ride maintenance, drainage system, and security personnel. As consultant, we also propose several additional control measures, including increasing lifeguard patrol, conducting third-party safety audit for rides, installing flood early warning system, and implementing real-time visitor capacity monitoring. So these recommendations are intended to further reduce the identified risk and improve overall safety management. After identifying the hazards, we review the existing control measures currently implemented by the park, such as lifeguard, routine ride maintenance, drainage system, and security personnel. As consultant, we also propose several additional control measures, including increasing lifeguard patrol, conducting third-party safety audit for rides, installing flight early warning system, and implementing real-time visitor capacity monitoring. So these recommendations are intended to further reduce the identified risk and improve overall safety management. Finally, the residual risk evaluation was carried out to determine the remaining level of risk after the proposed control measures are implemented. The results show that most high-risk hazards can be reduced to medium risk, while medium-risk hazard can be reduced to low risk. However, risks such as drowning, flash flood cannot be completely eliminated because they are inherent to water-based and outdoor attraction. Therefore, continuous monitoring, regular maintenance, and periodic safety review are essential to ensure a safe environment for visitors and staff.
The Sword of Tambun operate under a strong compliance framework that integrate Malaysia's skill safety, health, and environmental legislation. This include the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 and its 2022 amendment, the Fire Services Act 1988, the Environmental Quality Act 1974, the OSH HIRARC guidelines, and local authority requirement. Together, this law ensure that hazards are identified, risks are assessed, and effective control are implemented. The benefits are clear: legal compliance, safer workplaces, visitor protection, environmental sustainability, and reduced operational risk. Let's look more closely at how each act applies to Lost World of Tambun. First, the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 require employers to provide a safe working environment, proper training and supervision for Lost World of Tambun. This protect lifeguard, ride operator, animal handler, and maintenance staff from occupational hazard. The 2022 amendment strengthened these duties, emphasizing proactive risk management, employee involvement, and stricter penalties. This means the park management must continuously monitor safety performance and engage staff in hazard identification and risk assessment. Next, the Fire Services Act 1988 empowers Bomba to enforce fire safety for Lost World of Tambun. This translates into fire detection system, extinguisher, emergency exits, evacuation drills, and coordinated response measure across restaurant, shop, and accommodation facilities. The Environmental Quality Act 1974 ensure pollution control and conservation as an eco-adventure park in limestone environment. Lost World of Tambun must manage waste responsibly, prevent water and air pollution, and protect its natural ecosystem. The DOSH HIRARC guidelines provide the structured process for hazard identification, risk assessment, and risk control. This guideline form the backbone of this consultancy report, allowing risk from ride, water attractions, and maintenance work to be categorized and mitigated systematically. Finally, local authority requirements cover licensing, planning, and public health standard. Compliance ensures safe operation of building, amusement facility, drainage system, and infrastructure in Ipoh Perak. Together, this act and guideline create a comprehensive framework that safeguard employees, visitors, and the environment, while ensuring Lost World of Tambun remain a safe, sustainable, and legally compliant destination.
For these sections, I will explain the foundations of Emergency Response Plan or ERP. The main purpose of ERP is to protect life, reduce damage, ensure a fast response, maintain business continuity, and comply with legal requirements. The emergency structure is led by the emergency director and incident commander, supported by zone wardens and response teams such as first aid, security, engineering, lifeguards, guest service, and animal response team. Each team has clear role to avoid confusions during an emergency. This section also shows procedures for fire, drowning, ride failure, medical emergencies. For example, during fires, staff must activate the alarms, control the situation, evacuate the visitors, and contact bomba. Overall, the key priority is to protect human life first, followed by controlling the area and supporting recovery. For the second part, presents the detailed emergency operating procedures when an incident happens. Staff must be the first to recognize the emergency, secure the scenes, record important information, assist casualties, investigate the cause, sign corrective actions, and complete a review. For evacuations, the incident commander gives the instruction. The control room makes the announcements, and zone wardens guide visitors to the design assembly points. Special attention must be also given to children, elderly visitors, and persons with disabilities. The procedures also cover ride failures, medical emergencies, animal escapes, flash floods, landslides, and severe weather. Emergency infrastructure such as evacuation routes, assembly point, first aid kits, fire extinguisher, radios, and rescue equipment must always be ready. This procedure ensures the emergency response are safe, organized, and well coordinated. The next sections focus on emergency preparedness, training, and legal compliance. Crisis management is activated during serious situations such as fatalities, major injuries, red malfunctions, fires, floods, and environmental incidents. The response includes rescue, evacuations, medical assistance, communications, documentations, and recovery planning. Communication must be controlled, and only authorized personnel should speak to the media to prevent false or confusing information. Staff must also receive regular training in fire response, evacuations, first aid, CPR, AED use, drowning rescue, ride failure, animal rescue, animal escape, crowd control, and emergency communications. The drills cycle involve planning, briefing staff, conducting the exercise, evaluating performance, and improving the procedures. Regular training helps employees to respond faster, understand their roles, coordinate effectively, and meet safety requirements. The final parts applies the emergency preparedness framework, especially to Lost World of Tambun. The framework combines occupational safety health requirements, fire safety regulations, emergency environmental protection law, DOSH hierarchy guidelines, and local authorities requirements. These regulations helps reduce workplace risks, protect visitors and employees, minimize environmental impacts, and ensure legal compliance. Staff must receive practical training in evacuations, first aid, CPR, fire response, drowning rescue, right failure management, and control and communications. The emergency response must be also be reviewed regularly using the plan, do, check, and act cycle. Reviews should be conducted annually after incidents, after emergency drills, following operational change, or after severe weather events. In conclusions, continuous improvement, regular training, and strong compliance help Lost World of Tambun remain safe, resilient, and prepared for emergencies.
Finally, I will present the conclusion and recommendation of the consultancy report. Overall, this project successfully complete a risk assessment and develop an emergency preparedness and response plan or ERP for Lost World of Tambun using the higher rate approved, supported by SWOT analysis and relevant Malaysia regulation. The assessment identified 7 major risk categories, including strategic, financial, operational, technical, environmental, health and safety, and legal and compliance risks. Based on these findings, suitable control measures and an ERP were developed to improve emergency response, strengthen operational resilience, and ensure the safety of visitors and employers. To feature improved risk management, we propose several recommendations. These include strengthening preventive maintenance using a digital inspection and asset management system, providing continuous staff training, improving emergency preparedness, enhancing visitor safety awareness, strengthening environmental risk management, and maintaining continuous regulatory compliance. In conclusion, this recommendation will help loss of Tambun improve safety, operational efficiency, sustainability, and long-term business resiliences. Thank you.